Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, everyone. Honorable Mr. Mofid, as the lecturer of Pest Management Technology course, also all of our friends who are willing to listening our video. Here we are from Group 11, want to explain the result of our discussion about biological pest control. Before that, let us introduce ourselves. My name is Mutiara Gidira Pramesti with my lesson number 198, also my friends.
My name is Hilda Dura Nareswari with my study number 199. First, biological pest control. Biological control is control insect pests by biological means, namely by exploit its natural enemies, agent biological controls, such as predator, parasites, and pathogens. Biological control is a technique pest management by exploiting enemies naturally for control purpose. Usually, biological control will be multiplied natural enemies carried out in the laboratory. Okay, this is slide our virus. The word virus from the Latin word virion, which means poison. Viruses are microscopic parasites that can infect the cells of biological organisms. Viruses are obligate parasites. This is because virus can only reproduce in a living material cell by invading and utilizing living cells because viruses don't have cells to reproduce on their own. Okay, next. The role of virus as biological agent. First, mycovirus. Mycovirus infect and fungi and causing the hypovirulence. For example, Cryptovirus 1 and Mycorrhizavirus 1 to control chestnut blight. Second, Helicobacter pyrgera nuclear polyhedrosis virus, which control the mortality of spanworms. Third, Fusarium graminearum virus isolate China 9 to control disease caused by Fusarium. And the last one, Rhizoctonia solani partiti virus 2 to control rice seed blight disease. Okay, next. This is the transmission mechanism. First, Trypnothria hypovirus 1. Through the signal transduction pathway and filling mechanism seems like a kind of silencing in fungi. And second, Helicobacter armigera nuclear polyhedrosis virus. Spraying in Helicobacter armigera nuclear polyhedrosis virus into the leaf, and when the spanworms eats the leaf, it will become infected in the digestive tract. Okay, next. The third, Fusarium graminearum virus isolate China 9. Transmission mechanism. This virus struck by extracting their RNA reservoir transmit by hypoanastomosis, and this can only be exchanged between vegetatively compatible strain. And the last one, Rhizoctonia solani virus 2. The transmission make the virus include the pathoplast of the fungal strain are solely free from GD118 virus.
Okay, next we talk about strategy of pest management with biological control. So this is technical that is intentionally carried out by utilizing or manipulating natural enemies for control purpose, usually by multiplying pest enemies in the laboratory. Next. The next one is approach to utilizing of biological agent. First step is introduction to moving or bringing in enemies naturally from one area for a new area. The second step is conservation. It's an effort to maintain and increase the effectiveness of exciting natural enemies in the area. And the last step is augmentation, the increase in the number of natural enemies through the release of natural enemies in the field. The condition can increase its role in suppressing the pest population. Next. Next, we talk about the advantage and the disadvantage of biological agent. First, we talk about the advantage of biological pest control is pests don't become resistant because this method is specifically in the type of pest. The second is there are no bad side effects because this technique doesn't use chemical, so that is more friendly to the environment. The third is high selectivity and possess no new pests. An organism that is used already exists in the nature, and the last is the organism can multiply. Next is this disadvantage, slow control because it takes more time. So we have to patient to see the effects of these techniques. And the second is difficult and expensive to develop and use. Next is implementation requires expert supervision, and the last one is the result cannot be foreseen. Next. Next, we talk about integrated pest management, or we usually call it IPM. So IPM is an ecosystem-based strategy that focuses on long-term prevention of pests on their damage through a combination of techniques such as biological control, cultural control, mechanical and physical control, also chemical control. Now, IPM, effective IPM is a perfect combination of that for methods like biological control. For the example is use natural enemies like predator, parasites, pathogen, or competitor. Cultural control for the example is using plant spacing like double row or jajar legowo, and the mechanical and physical control for the example is using trap for the pests like light trap, pitbull trap, also sticky trap, and the last one is chemical control. This method is use pesticide, and in IPM, pesticides are used only when we need, and in combination with other approaches for more effective long-term control. Pesticides are selected and applied in a way that minimize their possible to harm people, to non-target organism, and the environment. Next, the last topic is about the role of IPM. The first is helping farmer produce healthy and safe agricultural product because the IPM is basically to minimize use of pesticides, so the product is more safer and healthy than the non IPM product. The last one is biological control can reduce the impact of chemical on the environment in pest control. So I think that's enough from our group. If you guys have any question, please leave them in comment column. Thank you very much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.